GMZP ended up getting the upside that we were looking for. Let's go ahead and validate what the potentials are for the following sessions. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, this is ARCa coming at you from my parents' kitchen, right? Giving you an update on that GMZP ticker. We're going to be going over the statistics, the technicals, and the raw price action. But before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, so yes, we are looking at GMZP on the daily chart here, you guys, and we definitely got that upside all today. Huge upside thrust. Let's just go ahead and see what that percentage is, right? So go ahead and notice right down here that today's price action at the highest peak was at about a 16% gainer, and I'm not gonna lie, the statistics and the price action are both indicating a continuation to that upside. First of all, notice that we are within this descending channel, which is already a bullish statement from the ticker itself and a suggestion to the continuation to the upside even still. Please notice that we have a silver cross right here, which usually happens when the exponential 20 period and the 50 exponential cross, right? So when we have that 20 exponential above the 50-day exponential moving average, historically speaking, that is the start of a macro reversal or a macro upside to be coming in, especially since we're on the daily. All right, so now I want to go ahead and bring up an indicator. And this is actually my personal algorithm, and this is called the ARC substance. Okay, so please notice that the weekly resistance, I know that it's hard to read right over here, right? But this is the weekly resistance right up here, and it's giving us that 0132 resistance, right? So already in the shorter time frame, it looks like substance is telling us that we could potentially be facing a resistance touch of the 0132 target. And go ahead and notice where that 0132 is located. Very much in that zone of the 3-spot 272 and the 3-spot 618. Okay, just within that area, right? So a little bit under that, of course, just right over here, right? 0132 could land right there, a little bit upside of the 2-spot 618, and in between this area, this gives us now a resistance range. Okay, very likely to be found between the 0127 and the 0141. Okay, for the shorter term, that is. All right, so now let's go ahead and show you a few other things that are absolutely suggesting a continuation to that upside. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to this chart right over here, which is the statistical backtest of volatility versus momentum that we ran on the 5-day chart throughout the entire trading history of the assets price history, right? So go ahead and notice that we have, let's see, there we go, 5-day backtest, critical contraction to expansion, meaning that anytime that we have dove into critical contraction here and started an expansion phase, we have paired with momentum and upside. We have, let's see, 7 iterations, from which 7 were guessed correctly to the upside, giving us a 100% upside accuracy with a massive upside thrust of 571.45%. This is huge because that upside thrust is taking us to a very confluent geometric level, and that is right above here, located upside of the 3-spot 618 and the 3-spot 272. Okay, you guys, very important targets here. 319, or let's see, the space between 295 and 321. Very awesome price action here. I would also like to let you know that the daily time frame is also showing a potential setup for the upside. Okay, so go ahead and notice here that the daily time frame stochastic oscillator is pivoted towards the upside, and we are now moving from the critical contraction area to the upside. This, I mean, look at the other iterations that we've had historically, right? The one that just happened, 432% to the upside from that critical volatility to the expansion level. This zone right here, same thing, from critical volatility to expansion, 375. This was another massive iteration here, 3,000%, and this is a different time frame. This is the daily now, you guys. Okay, so everything is looking pretty good. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the last part of the analysis, and that's going to be the RSI. Notice that we have an upside pivot on the 30-minute, upside pivot on that 4-hour, upside pivot on the 8-hour, upside pivot on the 12-hour, and on the bi-daily. Now the most important one, please notice that the 5-day is absolutely moonshotting, guys. There is definitely targets to be looked out for for this ticker. Okay, so very likely over the next in the next maybe 2 to 3 days, we can definitely see a touch of the target that we're talking about in the immediate short-term time frame. Okay, you guys, so watch out, keep this in your radars, okay, because the next most obvious target could be located right upside. Let's see, we can actually face a resistance in the near short term at about 0118 to the space of about 0109. Okay, so this thing is definitely continuing on to the upside and very aggressively. Okay, keep it in your radars, guys. Keep it in the watch list. Remember to subscribe to the ARC Masters trading course. You can find the email in the description below. The Twitter is there. The Discord is there as well. Remember that I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets whatsoever. Okay, you guys, do your own due diligence. Everything will be just fine. But with that said, you guys, I wish you well, a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.